Hello and welcome to another edition of the program Politics and Policies on Oweleketv, where we will stress on political developments in Nigeria and around the world. Yes, for many months, Nigeria have been buying fuel at a price that is not friendly to that country. This is because since May 29 that the president had declared subsidy gone, there have been issues regarding, the prices of the pump fuel. And of course, this has affected the economy generally. There are so many reactions among Nigerian people. But of course, on Wednesday, last week, we noticed that the Portharcourt Refinery was put to work. This is coming barely for the fact that the minister had earlier promised Nigerians that a 210,000 capacity oil producing company will be kickstarting on the December 2023. And this, of course, be signifying that the commencement has started over there at the Portharcourt. The developments is a testimony to the fact that the minister had earlier promised Nigerians that the operations will be commencing in the December 2023. And the objective is to ensure that the country stops importing fuel. Of course, the stance has it that even the NPC boss also came out to, validate that particular point made by the minister. Let's take a look at what the NNPCL boss said.
Talking about our refineries, it is a very false. It is. I don't want to call it a shame, but we are rising to that challenge, and I can confirm to you, Right Honorable Speaker, that by the end of December latest, we will start the Portharcourt Refinery. Early in the first quarter of 2023-2024, we will start the Oweleketv Refinery, and also by the end of 2024, Kaduna Refinery will come into operation. This is the commitment that we are giving, and you can hold us accountable on this. And the other part of it is that in 2024, many of the initiatives that are happening, including the rehabilitation of our refineries, and also the efforts by small-scale refiners, and also the upcoming startup of the Dangote refinery will make this country a net exporter of petroleum product in 2024. So we'll no longer be talking about imports of petroleum products.
Yes, the NNPCL boss also was able to testify that the Federal Executive Council has approved 1.5 billion to rehabilitate the Portharcourt Refinery. According to data show that the Nigerian government has spent over 11.35 trillion so far billion in the past 10 years on fixing the country's 3 refineries. Meanwhile, the commencement of Portharcourt, according to stakeholders, have said that the price of fuel, which is over 617 per litre, may drop. And all of these has reactions among the Nigerian people. What are the stance of government? Would this really solve the problem that we're actually facing in the country? We'll go on a short break now, and once we return, we'll be taking the reactions of Nigerians regarding the commencement of Portharcourt refineries. And if possible, this will address the situation we are currently facing regarding our economy. Don't go away. I will remain your host, Edikan Michael.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleket.tv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
All right, welcome back. You agree with me that there are so many reactions regarding, the commencement of Portharcourt refineries, and I understand that you also have your reaction. But let's take a look at some reactions from the social media. On X, Ambassador City has said, is Portharcourt going to bring down the price of PMS? The answer is probably no. I believe until drastic measures are taken by the government, the sycophants we have in government will continue to loot our commonwealth. I hope the refinery is truly working and not a hoax. That is coming from Ambassador City on Twitter. And of course, also another handler, Switch Salt, says, so the Portharcourt refineries has been completed. I'm liking the silent charming of haters of Nigeria. Well, it says, congratulations, Nigeria. That is coming from Swift Salt. And then on Facebook, Darlington Chibueze said, hope it won't be like Nigerian airline that an aircraft was hired and branded just to deceive Nigerians. Well, that is, there's nothing new in Nigeria. We've always had this kind of situation. And Darlington actually said, I hope this won't also be the case where we see something working for 1 month, we see something working for 3 weeks, and then, we don't get to see it again. That is coming from the Facebook user there. Yusuf Adebayo also said, without delay, I passionately appeal to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to divest the ownership of the refinery to the private sector to the tune of over 90%. Failure to do so immediately will lead to disastrous consequences. The local leeches and saboteurs parading themselves as government refinery corporations and workers will still run down the refinery. The time to completely divest the refinery ownership is now. I think Yusuf is actually talking of privatization. Well, let's get to see if the president will be able to manage all of this pressure that comes regarding people who do not have the interest of the people at heart that are working in government. Of course, getting to sabotage every effort that will be making by the government. We are not saying that this will maybe the solution to all of this, but it might be a step according to Yusuf to privatize, the refinery companies. And then another user on Facebook, Imobri, says Nigeria should bear its head on shame. Other countries are celebrating more refineries and rapid growth. As a country, we are here celebrating turnaround maintenance. Well, half bread is better than none to some people, and of course we understand that we are still lacking behind. But if this can actually reduce the cost of fuel in Nigeria, I think it may be in the right direction for some persons. And it's also out of place that we're actually getting to celebrate a turnaround maintenance. What we already had, but we've not actually maintained it, which is also a problem in the country. Nigeria lack a lot of maintenance culture. And I think this government should be able to put a stop to all of this. Our refineries should be maintained, not just fixing it to work. Early maintenance should be a priority regarding these refineries. And Chris Okpejo says, congratulations to Nigeria politicians and their children. Well, I do not know what Chris Okpe meant by congratulations to Nigeria politicians and their children, but in the other way around, it might be that the opportunities that will be maybe given may have some iota of depriving a common Nigerian to work out, to serve, or whatever that may contract and all of that. But we are appealing to government that if this refinery must work, our graduates and Nigerian graduates who are on the street should be able to be hired. It should be by competence. It shouldn't be by favoritism. It shouldn't be by nepotism. It shouldn't be by sentiment. Right people should be hired to do the job so that a lot of transparency, can be felt in the long run. And then I was taking the last persons on Twitter online, who said, I'm yet to believe the story so far until I get to see PMS price drop at the petrol stations and subsequent reduction in transportation costs. Till then, I see all these news and videos as AI generated as political propaganda. That is coming from Olian on Facebook, reacting to the interventions, of course, the refineries of Portharcourt going back to work. And that is a much we'll be taking on the reactions. You also have your reactions. You also have what to contribute under discussion. Would this solve the problem? Would this solve our economy problem? If our refineries are working, would all of these be put to rest? Let's get to read also your reactions on the comment section. And that's the much we can be taking on that development regarding the words and promise of the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu regarding fixing a refinery so that we can actually get the productions in Nigeria done. And I'm your host on Politics and Policies on Oweleketv, and that's the much I can be taking on this week's edition. I see you again next week. Do well to join us.